Audio Jungle.
What's going on, everybody? It's your least favorite duelist here, back with another video. Today, I'm bringing back that good old Buster Blader. So I do follow Decade, Duel Links Meta, on YouTube, and I saw he released a Buster Blader deck, which I looked at it for like 2 seconds. And I was like, oh, Lightsworn, okay, whatever. And I decided to re-release Buster Blader because it's probably one of my favorite decks of all time in Duel Links. It's so RNG, it's brick heavy, but it's so rewarding when you pull things off to get that Buster Blader DNA Surgery lockdown. So welcome to Buster Blader 4. And so, now after watching some of the World Championships, which I was thinking what would be really fun to do, is to cast over some of the games, because I haven't watched all of them, but I'll probably do that over the weekend. But anyways, we're going to be looking at Buster Blader 4. So this is my build. A lot of people that know me know that I run 23 card decks. That's just something I do. I just feel like it's a good size for me. It works for me. If you don't like it, that's fine. But let's go into the build itself. So we're running Buster Blader. We'll just go over the normal Buster Blader package real quick. 3 Buster Whelps. This guy here, he's like, you want to open up with this guy. So when you normal summon him, you can add a Destruction Sword card to your hand. And those are the Fusion Spell and Buster Blader Destruction Swordsman. You can also tribute him off to special summon a Buster Blader from your hand or graveyard. And then his third ability is if you have Buster Blader on the field, you can discard a Destruction Swords card from your hand and then special summon this card from the graveyard. So there you go. We're playing 2 of the big bad boy himself, Buster Blader. We're playing 2 of his search spell here. I like running a lot of these just because when we go into like some of the other cards, you're going to see that we discard cards. And even if you can't use this card to add a Buster Blader from your hand or graveyard, from your graveyard or deck to your hand, you can still discard it later on, or even hold it, make a fusion, and then add Buster Blader back to your hand. That's some of the combos that you do, is you get your fusion out and then you kind of reset your hand to set up another fusion like on the next turn. So yeah, this card here, Destruction Sword Fusion. What's really nice about this card is so you make a Buster Blader fusion using this. It's a quick play spell, but you can use cards from your opponent's side of the field. All right, pretty handy. That's something that we do quite a bit. We're playing 3 Bad Aim. So watching some of the tournaments, I saw that Bad Aim is kind of like meta again. And I kind of thought about it, and I was like, why not? Because if you think about it, if you're playing against something like Dark Magician, and you go first, you can set this Bad Aim, so when they use Magician's Navigation, you can blow up their Dark Magic Circle, so you don't get banished. So I think that's pretty handy. It's also good against some other stuff, like people using Synchros, and you can blow up back row when they're doing stuff. So I think it's a pretty good card. And it's also a decent first turn play, which I like. I think some of the issues with Buster Blader is like you don't really have anything to do on like your first or second turn. So that's something to do on your first turn. Also, we're running 3 DNA Surgery, turn everything into dragons. This card has like weird... It's weird. It's pretty decent against Shiranui because Shiranui requires zombie type monsters to synchro summon. So if you turn everything into dragons, they can't synchro most of the time. It also works against 6 Samurai. They need warrior type monsters to synchro summon. So same thing. You turn things into dragons, they can't synchro. Alright. But then we're playing some other cards. We're playing some Protection and Kiteroid. I don't need to explain this card because you probably already know this card's annoying as hell. We're playing 3 Chaos Hunter because of meta. When your opponent special summons a monster, which is like all the time, you can special summon this card, but you have to discard a card. So that's where like dumping an emblem of the Dragon Destroyer might come into play. And its other effect is your opponent cannot banish cards, which is a really big thing in the meta right now. A lot of people are banishing things. They're playing Karma Cut. You know, you got Magician's Navigation. You got Shiranui banishing stuff from the graveyard. This card counters all of that. It's also really big at 2500 attack. So usually when your opponent uses Navigation, you just drop this down and they can't banish your crap. It also works against Dragon Spirit of White for protecting your back row. But we also have more back row protection in Mana Dragon Zernitron. So what this guy does, you've probably never seen this card. It's in an old box. It's in like the Great Tornado box, yeah. So what he does is, when this card's in your hand or graveyard, if your opponent destroys or banishes a spell or trap card on your field, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, and then you can set a spell or trap card that's banished or in your graveyard. So it's really good at doing stuff like, let's say they Cosmic Cycle in your DNA Surgery, and like on the end phase of your turn or something, you can reset it with Mana Dragon, and you get a free special summon. And he's a dragon, so you can turn it into the fusion with your Buster Blader. So it's pretty cool. But last but not least, we're playing one Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordsman. So he becomes Buster Blader in the hand or field, or sorry, in the graveyard or field. And then when you destroy if you destroy a monster by battle, you can target one of those monsters that's destroyed, and you can equip it to this card. And then it's like secondary effect that I like never use is you can set a card that's equipped to this card to the graveyard, and you can destroy all monsters of the same type. I've used it like here and there, but it doesn't come up that often. I think the only time I've used it was against Lunalight, and that's about it. If we had a main phase 2, this card would be a lot better, but we don't. So you would really clear a lot of boards if we had a main phase 2, but I digress. So anyways, we're playing 3 Buster Blader Destruction Swordsman. We're playing 1 Dark Paladin, 1 Stardust Dragon, and 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon. I threw an Ancient Fairy Dragon just because one of the cards that does counter this deck just a teeny bit is Gravekeepers. So hopefully you can get like your Mana Dragon and your Buster Whelp out to destroy the field spell, because Necro Valley is pretty annoying. But other than that, that's the deck. Now, if you're not sure of this guy here, he hates dragons. All dragons get turned to defense mode, and they can't activate their effects. Actually, I can't say they can't activate their effects. Their effects are negated. He gains 1,000 attack for each dragon on your opponent's field and graveyard, and he does piercing. The only downside is he can't attack directly, but this is like your main control card here. So you want to pair this card here with DNA Surgery. Oops. DNA Surgery. You turn everything to dragons, have this guy out, you lock out all the monsters. We're also playing Destiny Draw. 2,000 life points or less. Pick up your deck, look at any card, add it to your hand. So let's go into the replays. I've been really enjoying Buster Blader lately, thanks to the Ultimate Dragons change. So a lot of people are playing Buster Blader. Or not Buster Blader. A lot of people are playing Blue Eyes White Dragon. So it's super hilarious what's going on right now. Just like free wins. You get free wins. Like you need 2. With Buster Blader, you just need like, when you're fighting against Blue Eyes, you just need like 2 cards. You either need to open up like Buster Whelp or like the Fusion and Buster Blader, and that's it. You need Buster Blader or one of like the 5 cards in your deck. Alright, so one of the abilities that you need to have with Buster Blader is this, you get a secret ability called DNA Surgeon. It's where you open up with DNA Surgery. This is like a card that you can't search really, but it's essential to your deck. So right now we opened up Bad Aim, DNA Surgery, and we're going to search for Buster Blader right here. We have another DNA Surgery in hand, so our surgery went really well. So we have Bad Aim set to kind of blow up something. So we're playing against Super Heavy Samurai. We're going to Bad Aim his back row because I kind of thought that right here that I was like, why is he playing Super Heavy Samurai with back row? Like, I was hoping that I would destroy a spell or trap card here to shut off all of his effects, but didn't happen. So he's gonna, I don't know, tribute for another flutist, sure. And then I get scared here because he has like Super Heavy Samurai cards that he's playing. But we have Kite Ride in hand, so we're not like in too much trouble. We open up the Whelp, so we're gonna add the Fusion. We got DNA Surgery, so we're gonna pop that bad boy. We're gonna fuse away our Whelp and Buster Blader here. Now we had the option here to fuse away his Flutus to get that off the field, but I didn't. And the reason why I sometimes don't do that is because I want a little bit extra damage on my opponent. So by having more dragons on his side of the field, we get 1,000 more damage here and there. So he's going to do his super heavy samurai shenanigans here. He's going to go make this guy do defense charge, blah, blah, blah. All right. So we're going to dump our... oh, yeah, I forgot about the other ability of Destruction Swordsman. So you can discard a card to add this back to your hand. So we can always dump Mana Dragon back into the graveyard each time. So we're just going to swing in. I could have had Lethal there, but I wanted to hit him for a lot of damage because that's just what I do. So we hit him for 5,800 there, piercing. He did negate an attack the previous turn, but it's fine. All right. Duel number 2. All right, playing against Kaiba. So some of these Blue Eyes games, they're going to just be washes just because we're going to just blow up his crap. So I believe he's playing Ultimate Dragons here. I guess not. So we didn't open up with the fusion, unfortunately. I don't even set DNA Surgery because I don't have Mana Dragon in my hand. So I don't want to even risk getting it banished. Now that I have opened up Whelp and got the fusion, I pretty much have full combo here. So I'm just going to set everything, run over his master there. He's going to Regeki break our back row there. Bring out Dragon Spear to white potentially. Yep. Okay. So we're going to fuse off here just because we can. Although my card's going to get banished, unfortunately, that's fine. I do play 2 of them, so we use the secondary effect of Whelp to bring that Blue Eyes out of our graveyard. Just to swing in for some damage. We have a DNA Surgery set just to turn off everything. So we're going to DNA Surgery to negate that effect there. So he doesn't get another Blue Eyes out, which probably didn't matter anyways, because we're playing against dragons. Alright, we're going to go into Stardust Dragon. And the reason why I go into Stardust Dragon here is because I notice he's playing a lot of like Regeki breaks and just back row destruction. So getting Stardust Dragon out is pretty helpful to negate that. We want to protect our DNA Surgery when we have our thing on the field. He has Super Rush Headlong here, which I was just like, oh crap. So that sucked. So he blows up our monster there. And I guess because the way that card works, Stardust Dragon didn't pop its effect. So he's going to swing over our Stardust Dragon here. We top deck another Buster Whelp. Grab our other fusion. We're going to tribute off to get our Buster Blader out. Fuse everything off. Make a big dude. And then we're going to swing over for 4,300. So you see here, one of the other tips with Buster Blader is typically when you're swinging in, you want to swing into face down cards and not face up cards, because the face, you'll get like more damage out of that. The face down, because what ends up happening is when you flip up that face down monster when you have DNA Surgery, is you gain another 1,000 attack. Although you are swinging into like a mystery, it's better to swing, to me it's better to swing in on those face down cards. So we're playing against Ancient Years. Alright. Like I said, DNA Surgeon. So we opened up with DNA Surgery here. We got bad aim. Not bad. We opened up 2 Whelps, which is awesome. So we got our fusion spell. I usually get scared when I play against Ancient Gears, because a lot of times what they do is they use double Cyclone and they pop your back row. But I know in this duel, I checked it to see if he had any of that going on, and he didn't. So I felt free to set everything here. So we're going to go and we're going to fuse off his monster here just to get the lock going here. He's going to Void Trap Hole. We're going to bad aim his other back row card here. So he Void Trap Holes our Buster Blader, unfortunately, but we could just make another one here. So we add 1 to our hand. We're going to normal summon our Buster Whelp to add the Destruction Swordsman. We want to get into the graveyard here, so we're going to discard it for our fusion. We're going to make our We're gonna just put it like this. Whatever. The reason that I did that is I couldn't attack with my fusion, so I just swung in with this Destruction Swordsman guy here. He's gonna make what is this thing? Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. We got Buster Whelp here. We're gonna probably make level 8 just to protect our stuff from getting destroyed. He's gonna World Legacy Clash. He uses it wrong for whatever reason. He could have negated both attacks there, but he decided to die. And we're playing against dual man. Oh wait, no, we already watched this replay. I got a lot of replays today. Let's watch it again. I'm just kidding. And we knocked off his rank up. What's interesting about Ancient Gears though is that it's one of those decks that like has still been around. Like it's been around for a really long time. Longer than Dark Magician, and no one complains about it. I hate the deck because they OTK you out of nowhere a lot of times. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know why people whatever. Alright, so this is a game we were potentially going to lose. I think I was like trolling or something. DNA Surgeon here. We open it with DNA Surgery, our fusion spell, and bad aim. Now, unfortunately, I set everything, so I would have had like full combo here for like some garbage. He's gonna Dragon Spear to white. We're gonna bad aim our what did we bad aim here? Our fusion spell. And the reason why we did that is I didn't want it to get banished. So we bad aimed our own card to prevent it from getting banished there. Now that we have DNA Surgery set, we're going to add a Buster Blader. We can dump our Mana Dragon in the graveyard. I guess we dump Destruction Sword. That's fine too. We're going to fuse off our Mana Dragon, make Buster Blader Destruction Swordsman. We're going to swing in for like some thick damage here. 1800. I guess not that thick. Medium damage. And it looks like he just quits. Alright. Sure. And we're playing against Taya here. Alright, it looks like we're gonna knock off another rank up here. Playing against Grit. So this build here, this is one of my old builds before I updated it. So instead of running, instead of running Chaos Hunter, I was just running like Floodgate and Canadia, seeing how that worked out. I didn't really like it, and that's why like I almost like lost rank. So I ended up changing to Chaos Hunter and had a lot better results. Alright, so we're gonna start off by just adding our fusion and just setting everything. We have Floodgate, Bad Aim, and Canadia set. So he's got Dark Magical Circle here. Alright. Alright, he's got a Navigation here, and this is where the Bad Aim tech comes into play. Where we're just gonna pop his Navigation so he can't banish our crap. We have Kiteroid in hand, so we're not really too scared of anything. We won't get OTK'd that easy. We're gonna Floodgate one of his Dark Magicians there. Just to get off the field. We got Canadia just to flip one of his cards down. Now, the nice thing about this though is that when you're running like Floodgate and Canadia in this build, you're a little bit better against Magician's Navigation. And I would say like Invoked. Those are like the two things I would say that this build has a little bit over the Chaos Hunter build. But there you go. So we're going to try to Canadia. I just want to get rid of his Navigation in the graveyard so that way I can get my DNA Surgery and my Fusion spell live. So we're just going to pop it just because I can. Alright. And then we're going to Kiteroid. There we go. So now we're going to activate D-Draw. We got pretty much full combo in hand. We're going to DNA Surgery. Get our Canadia out. And oh yeah, and that's like the other thing too, is like you can Canadia, use it as a part of your fusion here. So he's gonna 1,000 Knives us here. We're just gonna fuse everything off. We're gonna make a Buster Blader. We could have made Dark Paladin there. Wasn't really necessary. He's got another so I actually messed up here. I should have fused off his Magician, Dark Illusion, so that way he didn't get another special summon, but it doesn't matter. We're still going to be thick as hell. So we're going to fuse off again. So I make the same misplay again. So we're going to swing in for 27 here. So we're looking pretty good. He's got Dark Magic attack. So he Dark Magic attacks our back row, but we have Mana Dragon in our graveyard. So we're going to reset that DNA surgery. There we go. Magician's Rod. Yep. Yepers. Doesn't matter here. He can do whatever he got to do. He's going to kill our Mana Dragon. We're going to DNA surgery, turn everything into dragons. We're going to activate Emblem here. Just to get that Buster Blade to your hand and Pierce for 4,700. I should change my name too, because I don't go by D-Duelist anymore, but it's fine. We're playing against Bandit Keith. Oh, actually, that's it. That is it. This is just like some Blue Eyes decks, but this video's gone on long enough. I'll probably do a Blue Eyes deck at some point. I do have a lot of content that's getting processed right now, so be on the lookout for that. I'm going to try to do like a monthly or not, if not like weekly, like duel of the month or week, and make it look pretty. And because I got a really good like Metaphys deck duel that I had on my live stream that ended pretty interestingly. So anyways, I will see you guys on the next video. Deuces.